To truly understand the legend of El Chapo, the man who would become one of the most infamous drug lords in history, you have to journey back to the remote, rugged mountains of Sinaloa, Mexico, the very cradle of his existence. This is where his story begins, far from the opulent mansions and international headlines. Born Joaquín Guzmán Loera, his destiny was seemingly etched in the harsh landscape from the moment he arrived. He grew up in abject poverty, a stark reality that shaped his worldview and fueled his ambition. He learned the intricacies of the drug trade from his own father in the small village of La Tuna, a skill passed down through generations in this unforgiving environment. Dropping out of school at a young age, education taking a back seat to survival, he toiled in the poppy fields, the raw material for heroin, and quickly came to the stark realization that the only viable path to escape his circumstances was through the dangerous yet lucrative narcotics business. Ambitious and possessing a sharp, calculating mind, he made the pivotal decision to leave his humble home in the 1970s, seeking opportunity and fortune beyond the mountains. He ventured into the world of organized crime, joining the infamous Guadalajara Cartel as a low-level operative eager to prove his worth. El Chapo quickly distinguished himself with his ruthless efficiency and unwavering dedication to the cartel's operations. His actions and commitment soon caught the attention, earning the trust and respect of powerful cartel leaders like Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo. He meticulously built a vast network of contacts, learned every facet of the trade, and rapidly gained a formidable reputation for both his unyielding brutality and unwavering reliability within the criminal underworld. He was no longer just a poor farmer's son struggling to survive. He was rapidly transforming into El Chapo, a name that would soon echo through the corridors of power and the streets of Mexico. A name that would inspire both profound fear and grudging awe in equal measure. His meteoric rise from complete obscurity set the stage for his ruthless and violent ascent to ultimate power within the Mexican drug trade. The fall of the Guadalajara Cartel in the late 1980s created chaos and opportunity. El Chapo and Hector Palma seized control of key trafficking routes, founding the Sinaloa Cartel. He revolutionized drug smuggling, pioneering cross-border tunnels and outsmarting rivals and authorities alike. Bloody wars with the Tijuana Cartel marked his rise, culminating in high-profile violence and his first arrest in 1993. Even in prison, El Chapo ran his empire through loyal lieutenants and family. The Sinaloa Cartel's decentralized, resilient structure made it nearly impossible to dismantle. El Chapo's ambition and innovation made him the undisputed king of the world's most powerful drug cartel. Under the leadership of El Chapo, a figure who would become synonymous with the modern drug trade, the Sinaloa Cartel ascended to become a truly global powerhouse, extending its reach far beyond the borders of Mexico. It operated with the sophistication and reach of a multinational corporation, complete with complex logistics and financial networks. Its influence and distribution networks spanned continents, reaching into nearly every corner of the globe. The cartel specialized in moving massive quantities of cocaine, methamphetamine, marijuana, and heroin, fueling addiction and violence across the world. These illicit substances were funneled into the US and beyond, reaching markets in Europe, Asia, and Australia. Ingenious tunnels, often stretching for miles under the border, and incredibly creative smuggling methods, utilizing everything from everyday products to sophisticated concealment techniques, along with a relentless adaptation to law enforcement strategies, constantly kept law enforcement guessing and struggling to keep up. The cartel's organizational structure was fluid and decentralized, based on alliances rather than a rigid hierarchy, making it remarkably resilient to attacks, arrests, and internal conflicts. At the helm, El Chapo and his longtime partner El Mayo Zambada effectively coordinated a vast network of largely independent cells, each with its own area of operation. Billions upon billions in drug profits were meticulously laundered through a complex web of legitimate businesses and shell companies, obscuring the source of the funds, effectively hiding the cartel's true scale and immense wealth from authorities. The Sinaloa Cartel's unparalleled efficiency, constant innovation, and brutal violence undeniably set a new and terrifying standard for organized crime on a global scale. El Chapo's criminal empire was meticulously built not just to exist but to survive, and even thrive, no matter the pressure from law enforcement or rival cartels. El Chapo ruled with a simple choice: plata o plomo, silver or lead. Bribes bought loyalty from villagers to politicians, creating a shield of corruption. Those who resisted faced ruthless violence, kidnappings, executions, and public terror. In Sinaloa, he played the benefactor, funding schools and roads, earning folk hero status among the poor. Inside the cartel, family ties and brutal enforcement kept loyalty absolute. Wealth and power rewarded the faithful. Betrayal meant certain death. El Chapo's mix of fear, generosity, and control made his power absolute. El Chapo's legend, already larger than life, grew even more with each daring escape. His name became synonymous with audacity and elusiveness. After his initial 1993 arrest, authorities believed they had finally contained the notorious drug lord. However, he masterfully bribed his way out of prison in 2001, showcasing the deep-rooted corruption within the system. Millions of dollars exchanged hands. He vanished into the vast Mexican landscape, remaining a ghost for over a decade, evading capture and building his empire. Recaptured in 2014 after an intense manhunt, he orchestrated an even more unbelievable escape in 2015, disappearing through a meticulously engineered mile-long tunnel dug directly under his seemingly secure cell. His final capture in 2016 marked the end of his reign of freedom. This followed a clandestine meeting with Hollywood actors, seeking to tell his story. This meeting inadvertently exposed his precise location to authorities, sealing his fate. Extradited to the United States to face justice, he now serves a life sentence, isolated from the world, within the impenetrable walls of a supermax prison. Yet despite his imprisonment, the Sinaloa Cartel endures, a testament to its vast network and influence. It is currently led by El Mayo, a seasoned figure in the drug trade, and El Chapo's ambitious sons, known as Los Chapitos, who are vying for control. The organization remains incredibly powerful, a global force in the drug trade, fractured by internal power struggles, but far from broken. El Chapo's ultimate downfall didn't end the cartel's operations. It simply ensured that the devastating cycle of drug-related violence continues to plague Mexico.